I can't believe we have to make this commercial.
It's ridiculous.
You'll think it's ridiculous too. Listen to this.
This commercial is about, well, it's about parents being rude at high school athletic events.
Ridiculous, right?
It gets worse. Studies show more than 75% of new high school officials are quitting because of bad adult behavior.
So now there's a shortage of refs here in Idaho, in almost all sports.
No officials means no more games.
Is that what you want for us?
Come on, parents.
It's time to grow up.
Cheer for your team.
Be proud of your children.
But stop being so ridiculous.
And don't make us run another commercial.
Because we will.
This message presented by the Idaho High School Activities Association and the Idaho Athletic Administrators Association, reminding you to always practice good sportsmanship.
Your Health Idaho's got you covered with all you need to know. Open enrollment is the time of year where you can enroll in or change your health insurance coverage. And Your Health Idaho is the place to go for quality coverage at a lower cost. 25% of enrollees pay $25 or less. Make sure to enroll by December 16th to get covered and save money.
It doesn't matter how, it's about whatever makes you say to yourself, I am great.
At Valleywide Cooperative, we're here when you need us. For 100 years, we have been here to help you with food, fuel, and good old-fashioned advice. And for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life, which is why we pour so much into the communities around us. We've employed hundreds of your neighbors. We take pride in that, and in giving back millions in sponsorships, grants, donations, and scholarships. It's our way of saying thanks. We're Valleywide, and yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
Ads like this keep popping up, but I see through the hype because those vape clouds people claim are just water vapor contain as many as 31 different chemicals, like formaldehyde, the stuff they preserve dead bodies with. And while the flavors sound all harmless, we still have no idea what these ingredients could be doing to our bodies. But I already see vaping for exactly what it is. Get the real facts at BehindTheHaze.com.
Good evening and welcome into this IdahoSports.com GameStreams production of the 2024 Idaho High School Football Postseason. State playoff coverage on IdahoSports.com is presented by Project Filter, Your Health Idaho, Ideal, Idaho's College Savings Program, Valleywide Cooperative, your local Toyota dealers, the Idaho of Office Highway Safety, and Dip Fusion Helmet Reconditioning. It is an opening round showdown in the 4A postseason tonight. The number 11 seed, the American Falls Beavers, with a record of 5-4, take on the champions of the Intermountain League and this year's number 5 seed overall, actually number 6 seed, beg your pardon, the Moscow Bears. They are 7-2. Hi, everybody inside the broadcast booth. Brandon Bainey with you, and these are two teams that, as far as we know, have never matched up on the football field. They're usually operating in separate worlds. Moscow, a much larger high school than American Falls, but this year, the Bears successfully petitioned down a classification level due to competitive reasons. This program was in dire straits. They had suffered through a couple of one-win campaigns, a winless season, but now 7-2 in their first year in the 4A ranks and hosting a home playoff game for the first time in years. And you can feel the excitement in this crowd tonight. Meanwhile, for American Falls, this is a team that has gotten to the playoffs the past couple of seasons, but they haven't been able to break through yet. American Falls comes in tonight searching for their first playoff victory since 1995. That's right. It has been nearly 20 years since American Falls last experienced a victory in the opening round. It was over Marsh Valley in 1995, 44-18. Ironically enough, that's who they beat last week, Marsh Valley, to tie with the Eagles for second place in the conference and earn another postseason bid. Who are the stars to keep an eye on tonight? For American Falls, this is a team that loves to control the clock with the ground game. They've got a 1,000-yard rusher and junior running back, Zach Grigg. He has been a fantastic player this year for the Beavers. 1,023 yards and 12 touchdowns on the ground. And for Moscow, they're the walking wounded tonight. Who's out of the lineup? Senior receiver Butch Kiblin, 525 yards and 10 touchdowns through the air. Also out tonight, Keaton Fry, 447 yards receiving, 297 yards rushing. Dual threat athlete, he's out tonight. Mason Helbling, the promising freshman receiver, probably won't play much tonight for Moscow. So Moscow is missing 3 of its top 4 playmakers in terms of skill position guys, but the trigger man who makes it all happen, Noah Velasco, is back at quarterback tonight and ready to rock and roll. 1,908 yards this year, 20 touchdowns to just 5 interceptions. We are ready for the opening kickoff, folks. Moscow to kick it away. American Falls back deep to receive. They're going to kick it towards Greg, but it will roll out of bounds right at that pylon on the far sideline, out of bounds, and that will be a procedural penalty against Moscow right away on the opening kickoff. So not the start you wanted for Moscow, as American Falls will start with the ball 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line. They'll be led by senior quarterback Dax Brower. Brower, 649 yards passing, 5 touchdowns on just 111 attempts. So it is American Falls starting 1st and 10 from their own 35-yard line. We'll get you the rest of the starters on offense for the Beavers here in just a moment. They will start with a handoff to Greg, straight up the middle. He'll pick up 2, and that's it. American Falls tonight, the starters up front on the offensive line. At left tackle, junior Ty Smith. The left guard is junior Benson Taylor. The center is senior Cash Williams. The right guard is junior Fred Murillo, and the right tackle is junior Aaron Vega. At tight end, it's senior Adrian Carvajal. The wide receivers are seniors Austin Adair and Michael Torres, along with junior Calvin Hernandez, and the running back is junior Zach Gregg. 2nd and 2 here for American Falls. Out of the gun, Gregg gets the call again, looking for the sweep right side. We'll take it across the 40, out to the 41-yard line. Pickup of 3 to make it 3rd down and 5 here on this opening drive for the Beavers. Moscow defense tonight. The defensive line, defensive ends are senior Jamison Griffin and junior Finney Needham. The defensive tackles are senior Wyatt Hardig and junior Paul Dixon. The linebackers, senior Aiden Prakash, junior George Stott, junior Jericho Pike, and senior Owen Teagues. And in the secondary, the corners, Grayson Henrich, the senior, Connor Isaacson, the senior at safety, and Robertson, the senior, gets the start at the other corner tonight. 3rd and 5, sweep play, left side, Greg spinning, has the first down. Just shy of the 50-yard line, out to the 49. A gain of 8 and a first down. Just like that, American Falls moves the sticks on 3rd and 5. They get 8. It is 1st and 10 for the Beavers from their own 49-yard line. This is an American Falls team that wants to control the time of possession tonight, control the clock. Off to a good start here on their opening drive. 1st and 10, hand off to Greg, straight up the middle. Greg slithers his way ahead for 6. 2nd and 4. Already 2 minutes off the clock. We're at 9:55 and counting, opening quarter, no score. Opening drive of the game for American Falls. We'll actually call it a 5-yard gain. It has been 4 plays from scrimmage, 4 handoffs to Greg. He has been the workhorse all season, as we mentioned. 185 carries for 1,023 yards. 2nd and 5 here for American Falls. They'll go 3 wide, 2 to the bottom of your screen, 1 up top. And Brower out of a shotgun here. Moscow looks like they're going to bring pressure. They do, and Greg is plowed right away. Couple of Moscow Bears in on the action. Finney Needham, the first guy in there. And then also finishing off the job at the end there for Moscow. Finishing off the play there was Paul Dixon up front too. That is a loss of 2 for Greg. It makes it 3rd and 7. Maybe the first true passing situation for for American Falls tonight.
And our first chance to make some noise.
3rd and 7 here for American Falls. From the 48-yard line of Moscow. Brower, play action, rolls out right side on the run, throws it short. It's complete to Austin Adair. Out of bounds around the 43-yard line. It's going to bring up 4th down and about 2.
Gain of 5. Brings up 4th and 3.
So Brower hits Adair for 5. We'll call it 4 officially. And it is 4th down and 3 for American Falls. Certainly, with the ball at Moscow's 44-yard line, they're going to go for it. They've got to get to the 41 to pick up the first down. 8:18 to play, first quarter, no score. Opening drive of the game here for American Falls. 4th and 3. Will they try the hard count? They've got Hernandez in motion left to right. And now the flag comes out. This one will be against the Beavers. And now we may see American Falls punt. A false start against American Falls. Instead of 4th and 3, it's 4th and 8, and we will see the punt unit come on. So Moscow gets the stop on defense on the opening drive. Austin Adair will punt it away here for American Falls. Connor Isaacson back deep to return for the Bears. Good line drive kick. Take a bounce inside the 10, inside the 5, and into the end zone for the touchback. So it will be 1st and 10 here for the Moscow offense, and we talked about it in the pregame. They are led by the senior triggerman, Noah Velasco. Coming into the season, Velasco has completed 64% of his passes for just shy of 2,000 yards, 1,908, 20 touchdowns to just 5 interceptions. Simply phenomenal. However, Velasco missing several of his key playmakers at running back and receiver tonight. No Keaton Fry, no Butch Kiblin, no Mason Helbling. Look at this, 5 guys wide on the opening play. It's a screen to the left, it's dropped, incomplete. Make it 2nd and 10. The rest of the Moscow offense tonight on the offensive line. At left tackle, junior Paul Dixon. At left guard, junior Finney Needham. The center is senior Wyatt Hardig. Right guard is junior Jack Johnson. The right tackle, senior Jamison Griffin. We'll get the skill guys after this next play here on 2nd and 10. Velasco with 4 wide. Tyson Izzo, the tailback, with him. Izzo will get the carry, and he'll take it ahead for a gain of 2. So Tyson Izzo, the senior, starts at running back tonight. The receivers are seniors Grayson Henrich and Owen Teagues. Also senior Jericho Pike. And Mason Helbling, the talented young freshman receiver, questionable for tonight's contest. It's 3rd and 8 now for Moscow. Obvious passing situation here with 7:15 to play opening period. Opening drive here for the Bears. Velasco back to pass, looking to left, slings it wide open over the middle. Caught up to the 35-yard line. That is a gain of 13 and a first down. And that's Henrich. Grayson Henrich with the 13-yard reception. And that'll move the chains. The American Falls defense tonight on the defensive line. It is senior Cash Williams and senior Adrian Carvajal at the ends. Senior Salvador Ortiz is the nose tackle. The linebackers are senior Austin Adair, freshman Thorne Rose, junior Ty Smith, and senior Michael Torres. And in the secondary, Callan Hernandez and Gavin Adamson are the corners. They're both juniors. Zach Grigg and Brian Lopez are the safeties. They go to Izzo on 1st and 10. Izzo takes it up to the 39-yard line for a gain of 4. It's 2nd down and 6. 6:15 to play opening quarter. Scoreless battle here, but Moscow on the move. Second and 6 from their own 39-yard line. Velasco out of the shotgun. 2 receivers stacked either side of the formation here. American Falls in that 3-4 defense. Flag comes out. Izzo with the call. Izzo taking off down the sideline. This may be coming back. The 30, the 20, and finally shoved out of bounds around the 18-yard line. We will have to see what the infraction was, though. It was thrown right as the ball was snapped, which leads me to believe that it is against Moscow. False start against Moscow. That one hurts. So that wipes out what would have been a 35-plus yard run for Tyson Izzo. So after all of that, 2nd and 11 for the Bears now from their own 34. And again, Velasco will have to work out of the shotgun. They'll give to Izzo up the middle, and Izzo met straight on. Nowhere to run that time. In on the stop, Ty Smith, the inside linebacker. And we'll call it officially a yard for Izzo on the carry to make it 3rd and 10 for Moscow from their own 35. 5:20 to play in a scoreless opening period. Brandon Bainey with you here on IdahoSports.com. Tonight, Ryan Holden, our cameraman this evening, doing a fantastic job here in the early going. 3rd and 10 for the Bears. And again, it's that 4-wide look with 2 receivers stacked to either side. Velasco ready. Looking left, slings that way. It is caught at the 45-yard line, up to the 50 and up for the first down. Pass is caught. That's Jericho Pike. And that is a gain of 17 and a first down. So Jericho Pike with the 16-yard grab on 3rd and 10. Fresh set of downs for Moscow at the American Falls 49-yard line. Tight end in this time. They'll give left side. First carry of the night here for Aiden Prakash. And Prakash loses 2 yards. It has been running back by committee for Moscow this year. Prakash has carried it a lot. Keaton Fry, who is injured tonight, has carried it a lot. Izzo as well. The bigger loss is Butch Kiblin, starting receiver, leading receiver, best cover corner, handles kickoffs, punts, and point after kicks. Pretty significant loss there for Moscow to try and navigate 2nd and 12. Deep drop back for Velasco all day and half the night. Over the middle, caught Jericho Pike. And Pike across the 45 up to the 44-yard line for a gain of 5. Already the second grab for Jericho Pike. We'll call it officially a gain of 7 there. So 3rd and 5 here for Moscow. Ball is at the American Falls 44-yard line. Scoreless first period. We're down to 3.5 minutes to play. 2 backs with Velasco out of the shotgun here on 3rd and 5. American Falls with 3 down linemen. They give up the middle. Prakash won't get there. He's going to be 2 yards shy of the first down. That was actually Izzo who carried it. The 3 and the 8 look very similar. You know, a 3 is basically just half of an 8 in terms of how it looks. So Izzo, a 2-yard gain. 4th and 3. Moscow, did they get American Falls to jump? Nearly did. Moscow coach Rob Bafus on the sideline wanted the call, didn't get it. Now all sorts of scrambling around. Moscow looking at the wristbands, trying to get the play here. 2.5 to play first quarter. It is 4th and 3 for the Bears from the 42. Velasco steps up. Now we'll have to take off and run. In trouble. Will throw at the last moment. It is incomplete. And a turnover on downs. Back to American Falls. Ty Smith was in on the coverage, piked the intended receiver, and they're turned away. So American Falls gets the stop on downs.
Our Moscow High School swim team will be hosting districts at the University of Idaho pool. All students will receive free admission with their ASD cards.
Tonight's game on IdahoSports.com brought to you in part by E&R Transportation. For over 39 years, E&R Transportation in American Falls has been the area's most reliable cargo and freight hauling trucking company, located at 2447 Sundance Road, or give them a call at 208-226-507. E&R Transportation, a proud supporter of American Falls Athletics, and they want to wish the boys good luck in tonight's game. American Falls will take over 1st and 10. Handoff straight up the middle. Big hole for Greg. Lowering the shoulder out to the 40-yard line. They're going to mark him down officially at the 42. That is a gain of 16 and a first down. Big run there for Greg.
Bear fans, you got an opportunity for some 50-50 raffle tickets.
And that is the danger of a speed back like Zach Gregg.
Half goes to them, half goes to you.
17-yard gain to make it 1st and 10 for American Falls with the ball at the Moscow 41-yard line. Brower hands off again to Greg. Moscow trying to gang tackle as best as they can. First guy in there was Paul Dixon on the tackle. Greg picks up 4, though, to make it 2nd and 6. Trickling our way down to the end of the first quarter here. 1:15 to play in a scoreless opening period. Beavers have it 2nd and 6 at the Moscow 37-yard line. Opening round of the 4A postseason. Winner advances to the quarterfinals next week. Hand off to Greg, sweep off the left side this time, and Greg cuts it up just shy of the 30-yard line. That will be enough for the first down, a gain of 6 officially. So Greg sweeps it ahead for 7 to the 30-yard line. Final 35 seconds of the opening quarter. Maybe time for one more play here for American Falls. 1st and 10 at the Moscow 30. Second drive of the night here for the Beavers, and a pretty good one. Brower hands off to Greg again, straight up the middle, and that time door closed pretty quickly. Wyatt Hardig, first guy in there. And a yard. And that's it for Greg, and that's it for the first quarter of action. Through 1, it's American Falls nothing, Moscow nothing. Back with the second quarter right after this break. You're watching the 2024 Class 4A opening round of the football postseason on IdahoSports.com.
P1 FCU has been serving Vandals across the Northwest for decades. Now, we're investing even more in Idaho students. We are helping make the Beams Financial Literacy Program available to all students and providing student athletes access to money management support through Elevate Idaho. Without our members, we couldn't impact these students' financial wellness. Become a member and get your exclusive Vandal debit card to help support Vandal Nation. Visit p1fcu.org/govandals to learn more.
Welcome back to Moscow, getting ready for the start of the second quarter here of this 3A postseason opener between American Falls and Moscow. here on IdahoSports.com. Brandon Maney with you tonight, along with Ryan Holden. Thanks for being with us. We have flipped the field. It is 2nd and 9 here for American Falls from the Moscow 30 to begin the second quarter of action. They go straight ahead with Greg, and he plows his way forward to the 25-yard line for a pickup of 4. 3rd and 5 upcoming. Already 10 carries for Zach Grigg tonight. He's been a busy guy in that American Falls backfield. And the Beavers just slowly working their way down. 3rd and 4 officially, we'll call it. Ball at the Moscow 24-yard line. Brower out of the gun. Grigg on his right hip. 2 receivers to the top of your screen. Grigg up the middle, spinning. Moscow's there for the stop. Maybe a yard, and that's it. And Wyatt Hardig, the first guy in there for the Bears.
Making the stop. Making it 4th down.
It's going to be a gain of a yard and 4th and 3 upcoming for the Beavers. Moscow already 0 for 1 on 4th down tonight. American Falls was going to go for it on 4th down on their opening drive, but a false start penalty wiped out those dreams. They punted it away instead. Obviously going to go for it here. 10.5 to play here before halftime.
Let's make some noise.
3 receivers, including the tight end, stacked to the bottom of your screen. Single receiver up top. Brower rolling out right side, sidearm throw, delivered. Austin Adair for the first down. Across the 20, knocked out of bounds at the 16. That's a pickup of 7, and Adair moves the sticks for the Beavers. Wow, how about that? Dax Brower with a little sidearm action as he went rolling out of the pocket to the short side of the field that time. And 1st and 10 for American Falls. Ball at the Moscow 16-yard line. Beavers trying to become the first team to put points on the board this evening. They'll go with Grigg. Couple of guards pulling off that left side. And Grigg's going to plow ahead across the 15 to about the 14, a gain of 2. Jericho Pike on the tackle for Moscow. 9:50 and rolling here before halftime. No score yet, but American Falls is inside the Moscow red zone. American Falls looking for their first win in the postseason since 1995. Under the direction of third-year head coach Tim Hoppy. Really done a nice job building up this program, back-to-back postseason appearances. Opening round lost to Timberlake last year, trying to avoid the same fate in North Idaho. This year, Wyatt Hardig with the sack. All the way back to the 31-yard line. That is a significant loss of yardage. Officially, Brower will be marked down at the 26. That is a loss of 12 on the sack. And that makes it 3rd and 20. Actually, 3rd and 22 it should be. Now American Falls, they don't have to get all 22 yards here on this 3rd down play. Try and pick up half of it and then go for it on 4th down here. 3rd and 22 after the sack by Wyatt Hardig. Brower rolling out. Now will take off and run, has room to the 20, and will slip out of bounds. Looks like right at the 20-yard line.
Quarterback, Brower runs
So Brower scrambles ahead for 6. And it's going to be 4th down and about 14. So 4th and 14 for American Falls. Ball right at the Moscow 20. They've got to get to the 6 to pick up the first down. They're going to come out and try a field goal here.
On the field.
This is going to be Fred Murillo. That's right, number 72. He's an offensive lineman. He's also the kicker. Murillo, a 37-yard field goal try from the near hash. Murillo has the distance. He sneaks it over. Oh, Fred Murillo with a 37-yard field goal. Wow, drilled it. Had good distance and just snuck over that crossbar. That is an impressive display of kicking prowess there for American Falls. Wow. So American Falls strikes first. 8:19 to play here before halftime. 3-0. Fred Murillo, 37-yard field goal. Tonight's game on IdahoSports.com, brought to you in part by CHS Primeland, a division of CHS Incorporated. It's an ag retail and grain handling cooperative in Lewiston, Idaho, and the surrounding area. CHS Primeland would like to wish the Moscow Bears the best of luck in the state football playoffs. If you can feed it, fence it, fuel it, or fertilize it, you can find it at CHS Primeland. Omega Electric wants to give a huge shout out to the entire Moscow Bears football team on their playoff run, and a little extra love to their very own Tyson Izzo. Go get it, kid, from Omega Electric. And Hayden and Ross PLLC is a proud supporter of the Moscow Bears and wants to wish them the best of luck on their playoff run. We're about to see Tyson Izzo in that Moscow offense here. Fred Murillo just drilled a 37-yard field goal for American Falls. He's now kicking off for the Beavers. This one will be taken at the 15-yard line here by Connor Isaacson, out across the 30 to the 32-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Bears. So we talked about each of these coaches, each of them in their third year leading their programs. Tim Hoppy, third year at American Falls, 8-19 record. Got the Beavers to the playoffs last year. First head coaching job. He's been a defensive assistant and defensive coordinator at Burnett High in Texas, Forest Grove High in Oregon, and Central Lynn High in Oregon over his career. Rob Bafus, Moscow head coach in his third year, 8-17 record. So pretty similar to Coach Hoppy, but prior to taking a little time off and becoming the Moscow coach 3 years ago, Coach Bafus led the Troy Trojans in 8-man football. From 2009 to 2016, he went 71-19 in his career at Troy, one of the most acclaimed 8-man coaches around, and now coaching the 11-man game here at Moscow High. 1st and 10, little swing pass complete to Isaacson, out across the 35 to about the 36-yard line. Call it a gain of 4, 2nd and 6. And that is Connor Isaacson's first catch tonight. Really the only Moscow starting skill guy that's out there tonight. We mentioned no Butch Kiblin, no Keaton Fry. The other guy is about 50%. That's Mason Helbling, the freshman, and he's got the reception out to the 45-yard line. So Helbling with the 9-yard gain and a first down. And like we said, head coach Rob Bafus told me tonight that kind of like an NFL coach, he said Mason Helbling was quote-unquote questionable for tonight's contest. Helbling says, I'm good enough to get 9 yards and a first down. And it's 1st and 10 for the Bears with 7:35 to play here before halftime, trailing 3-0 from their own 45-yard line. Velasco back to pass, slings the out route. It is complete to the 50. Pitch and catch to Isaacson again.
On the reception, number 5, Izzo.
Gain of 6 to the American Falls 49-yard line. It's 2nd and 4. And that's the thing with this Moscow passing attack. They'll hit you with some short underneath routes, and then they'll beat you up top with the home run ball. This Moscow passing attack is a sight to behold when it's firing on all cylinders, and it's got all its horses. 6:45 to play before halftime. 2nd and 4 here for the Bears. From the American Falls 49, straight up the middle they'll go. It's going to be about a yard shy of the first down. And looked like the running back that time for Moscow, Tyson Izzo. 3rd and 1, QB sneak, Velasco's got it. So Velasco on the QB push. Has enough to move the chains. It's 1st and 10 for Moscow with the ball right at the American Falls 45-yard line. And 6:15 to play before halftime. A fast-moving first half here in Moscow. First and 10 for the Bears. The American Falls 45. Velasco back to pass. Slings over the middle. Has a man open. It is caught at the 30-yard line. That's Greenwich. Grayson Henrich, the senior who mostly plies his trade at cornerback, but they need him at wide receiver tonight with so many injuries on that side of the ball. And Henrich delivers with a first down. From the 45 to the 33, that is a 12-yard strike. And his second grab tonight, he's got 2 grabs for 25 yards. 5.5 to play before halftime. 1st and 10 for Moscow from the Beavers 33. Velasco drops it and has to fall on it back at the 36-yard line. So Velasco's going to lose about 4 there. Make it 2nd and 14. We'll call it a loss of 5 officially. You know, it's wet and rainy out there. It has stopped raining, but it rained all night here pregame. So it is a wet and muddy field out there. Velasco couldn't handle it. 2nd and 15 for the Bears now from the American Falls 37. 4:45 to play before halftime. Velasco looking deep. Throws it short, and it's broken up. Good coverage out there for American Falls. That was Gavin Adamson in coverage. They were trying to go to Owen Teagues up top, but a little too much air under it for Velasco. Incomplete. 3rd and 15 now for the Bears. A 3-0 lead for American Falls with 4:38 to play here before halftime. Velasco with 4 wide. Looking right, goes over the middle. It is caught. Couple yards shy of the sticks. It's Connor Isaacson again. Catch is made right at the 25-yard line.
Not my son. That's Pete's son.
And it's going to be 4th down at about 4 here. Officially a gain of 11 on the little crossing route there by Isaacson. 4 minutes to play before halftime. 4th and 4 for Moscow at the American Falls 26. Trailing 3-0. Pivotal 4th down for both sides. Velasco out route. Can't hang on. Incomplete. Second time tonight, Moscow turns it over on downs. They were trying to go to Isaacson on the out route on the far side. Little too far. Isaacson had to dive for it. Couldn't hang on. And American Falls gets the turnover on downs. So the Beavers ready to go back to work here on offense. For over 39 years, ENR Transportation in American Falls has been the area's most reliable cargo and freight hauling trucking company, located at 2447 Sundance Road. ENR Transportation, a proud supporter of American Falls Athletics, wants to wish the boys good luck in tonight's game. 3:53 to play here before halftime. 1st and 10 for American Falls from the Moscow 26. Already up 3-0. thanks to a 37-yard field goal by Fred Murillo. Play action. Brower rolling out, taking a deep shot. Just shoots that one way out of bounds. First incomplete pass of the night for Brower. It's 2 for 3. It's typically how it goes. The run pass, probably 70-30 in favor of the run game. Omega Electric wants to give a huge shout out to the entire Moscow Bears football team on their playoff run, and a little extra love to their very own Tyson Izzo. Go get it, kid, from Omega Electric. Second and 10 for the Beavers. They'll give up the middle. This is Greg across the, well, maybe right at the 30-yard line. Tough sledding there. Pickup of about 3. We'll call it 3rd and 7 here for American Falls. CHS Prime Land, a division of CHS Incorporated, is an ag retail and grain handling cooperative in Lewiston and the surrounding area. CHS Prime Land would like to wish the Moscow Bears the best of luck in the state football playoffs. If you can feed it, farm it, fence it, or fertilize it, you can find it at CHS Prime Land. Moscow trying to fence it in here defensively on 3rd and 7. American Falls with 3 minutes to play here before halftime. 3rd and 7 for the Beavers from their own 30-yard line. Brower out of a pistol formation here. Will give to Greg up the middle. Pike makes first contact, but Greg is able to push it all the way out to the 35-yard line to make it 4th down and one. No, now they'll say it's enough to move the chains. No measurement needed. I thought it was going to be close, but on second look, they put it at the 40 or the 36-yard line. So the first down completed with ease. 8 yards there to Zach Gregg. How about the confidence American Falls has for that offensive line in the run game? On 3rd and 7 to give it to Gregg up the middle, and they get the first down. 1st and 10 for American Falls from their own 36, 2:15 and counting here before halftime. Double buck play. They go to the left side this time. Austin Adair with the carry. His first rush of the night. Takes it to the 39-yard line. Officially, we'll call it a gain of 3. 2nd and 7. 1:50 to play here before halftime. Ball is at the 40-yard line of the Beavers. And a 3-0 lead here for American Falls. On the 37-yard field goal from Fred Murillo. They're getting closer to that range here. Kind of half kidding, of course. From their own 40. Minute 30 to play before halftime. Greg gets the call again. Greg up the middle, maybe a yard, and that's it. Moscow at the ready that time. And now American Falls, actually Moscow will take their first timeout here of the opening half. Hayden and Ross PLLC is a proud supporter of the Moscow Bears and wants to wish them the best of luck on their playoff run. That's Hayden and Ross PLLC. It's going to be 3rd and 4 here. So our game reset, 1:26 to play here before halftime. 3-0 lead for American Falls on a 37-yard field goal by Fred Murillo. And that is it. Moscow has had the ball twice tonight. They have turned it over on downs twice tonight. American Falls has had the ball. This is their 3rd possession. First one they punted. Second one ended in the field goal. And now here they are on their 3rd drive. It's been a low possession type of game, which is what American Falls wanted coming in tonight. They wanted to control the clock, keep the possessions low, establish that run game. Done a pretty good job so far tonight. Zach Gregg has already carried the rock 15 times. Moscow with 2 timeouts remaining. American Falls still has all 3. 3rd and 4 for American Falls from their own 42-yard line. Brower Out of the shotgun, Moscow on the blitz. It's a toss play to Greg, right side. Greg has the first down and more. Across the 50, great block. The 40, down the sideline, the 30, the 20, the 15, the 10. No one will catch him. Zach Greg takes it to the house. That is a 68-yard touchdown run, actually a 58-yard touchdown run for Zach Greg on 3rd and 4. He got to the edge, and nobody was going to catch Zach Greg. Wow, 58-yard touchdown run for Greg. The Beavers now up 9-0. Fred Murillo on for the point after. Snap is high. Greg gets it down, though, and it is through for Murillo. And with 1:12 to play here before halftime, American Falls extends the lead out to 10-0. We'll be back with the kickoff right after this break. You're watching the 2024 Class 4A opening round of the football postseason. Back after this on IdahoSports.com.
I'm always looking for new ways to save, but I haven't found anything better than my P1FCU Ascend checking account. It's a free account that earns 3.5% APY of your average monthly balance. That could feed your coffee obsession for 2 weeks. Not only am I earning money, but I also have all the great features of a checking account, like mobile deposit and mobile wallet. Open your Ascend checking account at p1fcu.org and start earning today. APY is the annual percentage yield.
Welcome back to Moscow, Idaho, up north. Brandon Maney with you on IdahoSports.com. Ryan Holden working the camera tonight, and Zach Gregg working the sidelines on that 58-yard touchdown jaunt for American Falls. It's a 10-0 lead now for the Beavers with 1:12 to play here before halftime. Murillo will kick off here for the Beavers. Connor Isaacson back deep to return for Moscow. They'll take it at the 12-yard line. Isaacson, room to run up the middle. Isaacson, a great return out to the 39-yard line. So Moscow cooking here with 1:07 to play here before halftime. Still have 2 timeouts in their back pockets as well. And they will start 1st and 10 with the ball right at the 40-yard line. That was a sensational return. By Connor Isaacson. Penalty flag comes out here on 1st and 10. And American Falls is going to call a timeout here with 1:07 to play before halftime. Coming up on the halftime show, we will take a look at the first half stats, maybe check on a couple of other first-round playoff games going on around the state. It's the nice thing about being in the Pacific time zone. Hour behind everybody else, so you kind of get to scoreboard watch a little bit. And then pretty soon you're the only game left in town. All the other games get over and everyone's tuned in to watch you. Our game reset, 1:07 to play here before halftime. A 10-0 lead for American Falls on a 37-yard field goal by Fred Murillo. And a 58-yard touchdown run by Zach Gregg. Murillo with the PAT. Each side has 2 timeouts remaining now. Moscow facing a 1st and 10 from their own 40-yard line. American Falls gets the ball to, actually Moscow gets the ball to start the second half. Velasco, 1st and 10, dump off. Complete to Izzo with room to run. Tyson Izzo slithers his way across the 45. And Izzo knocked out at the 43-yard line. That is a gain of 17 and a first down.
Remember, for all your electric needs, Omega Electric.
So first reception by Izzo tonight. He did get out of bounds to stop the clock with 58 seconds to go. Velasco back to pass, going to the out route to a knee to catch it. It's complete at the 31-yard line. Clock is going to continue to roll. The clock should stop while they set the chains. They are going to let it keep rolling, though. We're down to 40 seconds and counting now. Pass was complete for the first down, gain of 11. Velasco now 1st and 10, and that was Teagues who made that last grab. They're going to complete it to the outside. This is Izzo again. And Izzo will get out of bounds with 24 seconds to go here before halftime. Gain of 9 to make it 2nd and short. So Moscow still has 2 timeouts remaining, 24 seconds on the clock. 2nd and 2 for the Bears from the 23-yard line of American Falls. Moscow down 10-0, trying to score right before the half. Velasco out of the shotgun. Looking left, throws that way. Out route complete to the 15 and out of bounds around the 14-yard line. On the reception, Connor Isaacson. Actually, check that. That was Henrich. And meanwhile, an American Falls player, a little slow to get up.
Combine number 11, Henrich.
Ball is spotted at the 14-yard line. So a gain of 11 there to Henrich and a first down. But as we said, for the moment, an American Falls player a little slow to get up. We certainly hope he's all right. We will take a break here while they attend to the injured player and be back in a moment here on IdahoSports.com.
This year, help dreams come true with the Ideal Idaho 529 Education Savings Program. Our easy-to-use tools make it simple to plan for your child's education. With tax benefits, ownership flexibility, Ideal is the perfect way to save for college, trade school, K-12 education, and student loan repayment. Join us at our next webinar to learn more about the 529 plan. Enrolling takes just 15 minutes and you can start with just $25. Visit idsaves.org if you would like to learn more.
Out of the timeout, the injured American Falls player was Adrian Carvajal, a key two-way player for the Beavers. He's able to get up off the field, though. 1st and 10 for Moscow from the 14. They're going to throw the short route in the flat. It's complete to Izzo inside the 10, down around the 5. Timeout Moscow with 11 seconds to go here before halftime. That is their 2nd timeout. Again, Izzo made that reception for a pickup of about 7. And really the down and distance at this point somewhat inconsequential. It's going to be 2nd and 3 from the 9-yard line. The key here is you've got to get into the end zone, and you've got 11 seconds to do it. And on 2nd down, you've got basically 3 cracks at it. Still 1 timeout remaining as well. Our game reset. 11 seconds to play before halftime. A 10-0 lead for American Falls. 37-yard field goal by Fred Murillo and a 58-yard touchdown run by Zach Grigg. But here is Moscow. 2nd down and 3 from the American Falls 9-yard line. Only 11 seconds to go before halftime, and Moscow still has 1 timeout in its back pocket. American Falls still has 2. What does Bears head coach Rob Bafus draw up here out of the timeout? They've got 3 receivers to the left side of the formation. Single receiver to the right is Connor Isaacson. Look for something over the middle with him possibly. Velasco out of the shotgun here. And it will be Izzo, the tailback, on his right hip. Velasco, slant route over the middle, Hellbleed, caught for the touchdown. Moscow scores with 8 seconds to go before halftime. On the slant route, it's Mason Hellbleed, the freshman. Number 9 catches it for 9 and a touchdown. Wow. 9-yard slant route from Velasco to Hellbleed. And Moscow is on the board with just 8 seconds to go before halftime. This is what Moscow does. They like to run the swinging gate formation on PATs. They'll snap it and throw it. It's low and incomplete. And so Moscow does not get the 2-point conversion, but they do get the touchdown. And so with 8 seconds to go before halftime, it's American Falls 10, Moscow 6. This was a drive that started from Moscow's own 40-yard line as Connor Isaacson had a great kickoff return from about his own 10 to the 40. From there, Moscow just kind of surgically moved it down the field. And with 8 seconds to go before halftime and the ball at the 9, Velasco throws the slant route to Mason Hellbleed. And again, they like to run the swinging gate formation on those point after tries where basically it's the center and the holder and everybody else is kind of lined up way to the left or the wide side of the formation. And then they can either, depending on if the defense adjusts, they'll shift back into a traditional kicking formation and kick it. Or if they think they have an opportunity, they'll snap the ball and try and get the 2 points. Moscow has had 4 different kids kick this year, PATs and field goals. The primary point after guy, Butch Kiblin, is not available tonight. Starting receiver, corner, kickoff specialist, kicker and punter, Butch Kiblin out tonight. Running back, slot back, linebacker Keaton Fry also out of the lineup tonight for Moscow as well. Here is the kick taken by Zach Grigg up to the 20 and the 25. And with 2 seconds to go here before halftime, we'll probably see American Falls kneel on this and go into the halftime locker room with the 4-point lead. A very fast-moving first half. Just over an hour of real time since when we started our broadcast, and we started 10 minutes before kickoff, so basically a 50-minute first half. On a cold night in Moscow, it was raining cats and dogs earlier. The rain has stopped. And the first half has come to a close. American Falls on the road seeking their first playoff victory since 1995. Have a 10-6 lead over Moscow here at halftime. Halftime show coming your way right after this break. You're watching the opening round of the 2024 Class 4A football postseason on IdahoSports.com.
Dear road rivals, every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, our no-cost maintenance plan. Nissan and Ford charge extra for maintenance. At Toyota, we take care of our drivers. Join us. Toyota. Toyota. Let's go places.
Let's talk about open enrollment for health insurance. Your Health Idaho's got you covered with all you need to know. Open enrollment is the time of year where you can enroll in or change your health insurance coverage. And Your Health Idaho is the place to go for quality coverage at a lower cost. 25% of enrollees pay $25 or less. Make sure to enroll by December 16th to get covered and save money.
This year, help dreams come true with the Ideal Idaho 529 Education Savings Program. Our easy-to-use tools make it simple to plan for your child's education. With tax benefits, ownership flexibility, Ideal is the perfect way to save for college, trade school, K-12 education, and student loan repayment. Join us at our next webinar to learn more about the 529 plan. Enrolling takes just 15 minutes and you can start with just $25. Visit idsaves.org if you would like to learn more.
Vaping sucks you in quick, and the more you vape, the harder it is to quit. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems. That's why thousands of teens are joining My Life, My Quit. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
At Valleywide Cooperative, we're here when you need us. For 100 years, we have been here to help you with food, fuel, and good old-fashioned advice. And for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life, which is why we pour so much into the communities around us. We've employed hundreds of your neighbors. We take pride in that, and in giving back millions in sponsorships, grants, donations, and scholarships. It's our way of saying thanks. We're Valleywide, and yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
As Idahoans, we're not afraid to take risks.
All the way, all the way. Go. All the way down, all the way down.
Driving under the influence is not a risk we're willing to take. Be around to do more of what you love.
Ads like this keep popping up, but I see through the hype because those vape clouds people claim are just water vapor contain as many as 31 different chemicals, like formaldehyde, the stuff they preserve dead bodies with. And while the flavors sound all harmless, we still have no idea what these ingredients could be doing to our bodies. But I already see vaping for exactly what it is. Get the real facts at BehindTheHaze.com.
Dear Freedom, here's to more miles driven, more dollars saved, and more electrified vehicles than any other brand. Yours, Toyota Hybrids. Toyota. Let's go places.
Let's talk about open enrollment for health insurance. Your Health Idaho's got you covered with all you need to know. Open enrollment is the time of year where you can enroll in or change your health insurance coverage. And Your Health Idaho is the place to go for quality coverage at a lower cost. 25% of enrollees pay $25 or less. Make sure to enroll by December 16th to get covered and save money.
We're Valleywide Cooperative. For 100 years, we've been your first choice for residential and commercial propane, fuels, oils, and lubricants. We service HVAC, install water heaters, propane tanks, and accessories. And yes, we'll even deliver right where you need it. Because for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're Valleywide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. We're here for you.
Dear Triathlon, let's take on iconic trails and race straight to the top. What's the point of winning if you can't enjoy the view? Yours, Toyota SUVs. Toyota. Let's go places.
It is halftime here in Moscow. Brandon Baney with you on IdahoSports.com. Thanks for being with us here as we take a look at the first half stats. It is American Falls leading on the road, looking for their first win in the playoffs since 1995, and they're up 10-6 at the half. How did we get here? Well, it was scoreless through the first quarter, low possession game to be sure. And then all of a sudden in the second quarter, the intensity and the flurry started picking up a little bit. Fred Murillo hits a 37-yard field goal for American Falls to put the Beavers up 3-0 with 8:19 to play before halftime. Then after a Moscow stop, Moscow turned the ball over twice on downs in that opening half. American Falls gets it back, and Zach Grigg takes it 58 yards for a touchdown run. Murillo point after was good, and with 1:12 to go before halftime, it was 10-0 Beavers. Moscow puts together a 1-minute drill, though, thanks to a 30-yard kickoff return by Connor Isaacson out to the 40. Noah Velasco chips and chops him down the field, and with just 8 seconds to go before halftime, Velasco fires a 9-yard slant to Mason Helbling. 2-point conversion pass, no good, and so 10-6 is where we sit here at halftime. Let's take a look at our first half stats here. We will start with American Falls. 123 rushing yards as a team, 10 yards passing, 133 yards of total offense there. And the leading rusher, probably no surprise, Zach Grigg, 16 carries for 126 yards and a touchdown. You might be going, well, geez, Grigg ran for 126. How does American Falls only have 123 as a team? Well, Dax Brower, quarterback, 2 carries for -6. And then Austin Adair, 1 carry for 3 yards. Brower, 2 for 3 passing, 10 yards. Both passes have gone to Austin Adair, 2 grabs for 10 yards. For Moscow, 142 passing yards in the first half, 4 yards rushing. So Moscow actually leads in total yardage at the half, 146 to 133, but it's American Falls who has the lead up on the scoreboard. Leading rusher in the first half was Tyson Izzo, 4 carries for 9 yards. Jericho Pike had 1 carry for 3. Aiden Prakash, 1 carry for -4. Noah Velasco, 2 carries for -4. Velasco, 14 of 18 in that first half, 142 yards and a touchdown. The leading receiver is actually Grayson Henrich. Gets the start tonight in place of the injured Butch Kiblin, 4 catches for 43 yards. Connor Isaacson, actually Tyson Izzo next, 2 catches for 24 yards. Jericho Pike has 2 catches for 23 yards. Connor Isaacson, 3 catches for 23 yards. Mason Helbling, 2 catches for 18 yards and the touchdown. And then Owen Teagues, 1 grab for 11 yards. And so we are ready to go here for our third quarter of action. Moscow will receive the second half kickoff. And so Moscow has a chance here on their opening drive of the third period to potentially take their first lead of the night.
Back to the Bears, 87 Robertson. And number 5, Isaacson.
Murillo to kick off here for American Falls. Isaacson and Teagues back to return. They kick to Isaacson. Good return across the 35. Spun off the defender and returns it out to the 37-yard line where it will be 1st and 10 for the Bears. So Noah Velasco in that first half, we mentioned 14 of 18 passing. And really what the key was is that American Falls came in with the game plan of trying to keep it a low possession game. And for the most part, it's been working. This is only the 4th possession of the night for Moscow. The first 2 ended in turnovers on downs. The third one ended in the touchdown pass to Helbling. And here we go, possession number 4, first one of the second half. Velasco will start with 5 wide, 3 bunch to the bottom of your screen and 2 up top. Quarterback draw, Velasco has room across the 40. and will get up to the 41 maybe. On the tackle for American Falls, Michael Torres. 4-yard gain for Velasco on the run. Second and 5, we'll call it here for the Bears. Velasco hands off up the middle. It's going to be 3rd down and about 2. Maybe 3rd and a long 1, we'll call it. Ball's going to be right around the 45-yard line. And that's Izzo on the carry. Tyson Izzo getting the start at running back tonight in place of the injured Keaton Fry. And Izzo plunges ahead for 4. And it's going to be 3rd and 1 here for Moscow. They'll hand off left side. Enough for the first down across the 50, still going. Izzo moves the chains. Tyson Izzo picks up 8 and a first down. And that's really what Moscow wants. They want to establish that run game. It opens up so many more things in the pass. First and 10 for the Bears. From the American Falls 47-yard line, they'll give up the middle to Izzo again. Big room across the 40, up to the 36, a gain of 11 and a first down. And another injured American Falls Beaver. It's Ty Smith, the linebacker. And he is a two-way player on that offensive line as well. Adrian Carvajal had to leave in the first half, but he is back out there playing, which we are so glad to report. You never like to see a guy leave. First and 10. For the Beavers, or for the Bears, at the Beavers' 35-yard line. Velasco snap, but the play blown dead. Encroachment against American Falls. So we'll move it 5 yards. And it'll be 1st and 5 now for Moscow. Up the middle, this is Izzo again. Takes it across, but a penalty flag on the near side. Hold the phone.
I'll start. We'll do it all over again.
And a false start on Moscow. So after the encroachment and the false start, we're right back where we started this square dance. 1st and 10 for the Bears. Ball's at the American Falls 35. So 1st and 10 here for the Bears. High snap. Velasco does get it down. Throws it out on the swing. That is Isaacson. Actually, Izzo. Izzo's going to pick up about 3. 8:50 to play here in the third. A 10-6 lead for American Falls.
Gain of 3 brings up 2nd and 7. Okay, fans, take out your 50-50 raffle ticket. After this play, we'll announce those numbers.
In a game that Vince Lombardi would love straight out of the 1960s, 10-6. American Falls with 8.5 to play here in the third. It's going to be 2nd and 7 for the Bears after that 3-yard out route to Izzo. 2nd and 7, ball at the Beavers 33. Play action. Velasco has time, going deep, wants it all, has a man just beyond his outstretched fingertips, though incomplete. They were trying to go up top to Tyson Izzo on the home run ball, just a little bit beyond his grasp. And that's the thing with this Moscow team. There are a handful of times every single game where they dial up a deep ball and you kind of hold your breath on both sides. And then you wait to exhale if you're the defense, or you wait to celebrate if you're the offense. That time the defense wins the battle. 3rd and 7 for Moscow from the American Falls 33-yard line. Velasco trying to go over the middle, incomplete. Intended receiver was Jericho Pike. It's 4th down. Now what do you do? You think Moscow probably going to go for it here. Like I said, they've had 4 different players handle the kicking duties throughout the season. The guy who seemingly had it the last couple weeks, Butch Kiblin, is out tonight with an injury. 4th and 7, Moscow going to go for it. From the American Falls 33, they are 0 for 2 so far on 4th down tonight. Velasco swings it out. It's complete to Izzo. Has the first down. Has the sideline. Has the 10. Has the 5. And knocked out of bounds around the 4-yard line.
And good for one more there. And I've got more good news. Hot dogs are half off.
So they complete that pass. That was actually Mason Helbling on the reception from the 33 all the way down to the 5, where it will be 1st and goal for Moscow. That was on 4th and 7, and they get 28 yards to Helbling. First and goal from the 5. They'll give left side. Izzo crashes forward for a couple. 2nd and goal. And officially that last pass was down to the 6. So 27 yards to Helbling. Izzo plunges ahead for half a yard. We'll call it about a half a yard. 2nd and goal from the 5. 7:20 to play in the 3rd. Moscow trailing 10-6. Looking to take the lead for the first time tonight. Velasco to the end zone. Broken up. Nice pass coverage defensively by Austin Adair. They were trying to go to Owen Teagues. It's incomplete. 3rd and goal from the 5. Big 3rd down here for both sides. Obvious 2-down territory with the ball at the 5-yard line. Handing off to Izzo, bouncing to the outside and in for the Moscow touchdown. Tyson Izzo from 5 yards out. And for the first time tonight, the Moscow Bears are in front. 12-10, pending the conversion. So Moscow on their opening drive of the 3rd period. Take nearly 5 minutes off the clock. 7:06 to play in the 3rd. The drive is capped on the 5-yard touchdown run by Tyson Izzo. And now on for the point after is Wyatt Thornycroft, the senior. Thornycroft's kick is through. 13-10 Moscow. What a swing it's been for Moscow. They trailed 10-0 with 1:12 to go before halftime. They go 2 for 1. They score right before halftime on the 9-yard touchdown pass from Noah Velasco to Mason Helbling, and then they score on their opening drive of the 3rd quarter on the 5-yard run by Tyson Izzo. And just like that, Moscow in front for the first time tonight, 13-10. For over 39 years, E&R Transportation in American Falls has been the area's most reliable cargo and freight hauling trucking company, located at 2447 Sundance Road, or give them a call at 208-226-5076. E&R Transportation is a proud supporter of American Falls Athletics and wants to wish the boys good luck in tonight's game. CHS Prime Land, a division of CHS Incorporated, is an ag retail and grain handling cooperative in Lewiston and the surrounding area. CHS Prime Land would like to wish the Moscow Bears the best of luck in the state football playoffs. If you can feed it, farm it, fence it, fuel it, or fertilize it, you can find it at CHS Prime Land. Omega Electric wants to give a huge shout-out to the entire Moscow Bears football team on their playoff run, and a little extra love to their very own Tyson Izzo. Go get it, kid. Well, he just got the 5-yard touchdown run. American Falls trying to kick off here. One more sponsor to thank, Hayden and Ross PLLC, a proud supporter of the Moscow Bears, wants to wish them the best of luck on their playoff run. Moscow leads for the first time tonight, 13-10. Thornycroft, line drive kick. This one will go just barely into the end zone for a touchback. Wow, that was close. And so American Falls will start here 1st and 10.
American Falls takes over at the 20-yard line.
Now how does American Falls respond? First time tonight, they are behind the 8 ball here. They'll start 1st and 10 here. Brower out of the shotgun. They will give to Greg off the left side, runs into his own lineman, now runs into a whole wall of Moscow Bears. Greg may have lost a yard or two. We'll see where they give him the momentum. Officially, a loss of 3 on that carry for Greg. Kind of ran into his own offensive lineman on that play, and that kind of doomed it from the start. So 2nd and 11 now for American Falls from their own 17. 6:25 and counting here in the 3rd. Brower rolling out, right side, sidearm sling, caught by Adair. No, now they'll say incomplete, was still bobbling the ball as he hit the sideline. So that is an incomplete pass to Austin Adair. And it's now 3rd and 13 for the Beavers. They've run that play a couple of times tonight where Brower kind of gives that sidearm sling to Adair on the out route. In fact, Adair, the only American Falls receiver that's caught a ball. He's caught both passes for 10 yards. American Falls staring down a 3rd and 13 here with 6:15 to play.
It's 3rd down, Bear fans, and I can't hear you.
Brower in trouble and sacked. Brought down by Finney Needham. So Needham with the sack. And American Falls will have to punt it away here on 4th down.
That perfect sack was sponsored by the Perfect Pizza, Pizza Perfection.
So punting from their own end zone. This will roll and be picked up by Isaacson at the 45-yard line, and not much returning there. So Brower lost 9 yards on that sack by Finney Needham, and they needed that. And now Moscow starting basically in, well, not basically, they are in American Falls territory. 1st and 10 for the Bears at the Beavers' 42-yard line. First and 10 for Moscow. They'll give straight up the middle here with Tyson Izzo. Scored that 5-yard touchdown run to put the Bears in front for the first time tonight. They'll get 2 yards on that carry. 2nd and 8 for Moscow. Meanwhile, clock continuing to roll. 5 minutes to play here in the third. Velasco out of the gun, trips to the bottom of your screen. Single receiver up top. Velasco looking that way, now slips and falls. Will roll out right side in trouble. Backside pressure from Carvajal. Downfield caught just shy of the 10-yard line. Owen Teagues with the reception. That is a gain of 30 and a first down. So officially marked down at the 26. That is 26 yards to Owen Teagues. His second grab of the night. And Moscow cooking here. 1st and 10 from the American Falls 14-yard line. Velasco flushed out right side, will scamper out of bounds around the 8-yard line. I think they'll mark him out at the 9. Velasco going to scramble for 4. So Velasco for 4 yards. 3:49 to play here in the third. 13-10 lead for Moscow, but the Bears knocking at the door. Over the middle, pass incomplete. And then nearly picked off the carom by Michael Torres. Flag comes out at the end of the play as well. And it's an ineligible receiver downfield against American Falls. Or excuse me, against Moscow. So one of the offensive linemen got too far downfield. So the incomplete pass plus the penalty yardage. We'll see what they mark off here with 3:46 to play in the third. This game's starting to grow late, early here. Velasco chased out on 2nd and 11 here. Velasco at the last moment throws, nearly picked at the goal line, through the hands of Adamson, incomplete though. And it is now 3rd down and 11 for Moscow. Ball is back at the 14-yard line. .336 to play here in the third. A 13-10 lead for Moscow. American Falls trying to hold firm here. Back-to-back incomplete passes. Velasco dumps it off right side. It's dropped. Little screen on the backside, dropped by Tyson Izzo. 3 straight incompletions bring up 4th down. And we will see a field goal try here from the Bears to try and push that lead out to 6. Here with 3:31 to play in the third. And again, this will be Wyatt Thornycroft, the senior. And officially, this is going to be a 31-yard field goal try from the far hash. Murillo hit a 37-yarder for American Falls earlier tonight. Thornycroft from 31, true blue right down Broadway. 16-10 Moscow. very impressive kick from Thornycroft. So Wyatt Thornycroft with the 31-yard field goal. And with 3:31 to play in the third, Moscow has now scored on 3 consecutive possessions while holding American Falls to nothing. Since the 1:12 mark of the second quarter, Moscow has outscored American Falls 16-0. It's a pretty good bridge of the gaps there from the first half to the second half. "31-yard field goal from Thornycroft. Tonight's game on IdahoSports.com brought to you in part by E&R Transportation. For over 39 years, E&R Transportation in American Falls has been the area's most reliable cargo and freight hauling trucking company, located at 2447 Sundance Road. E&R Transportation is a proud supporter of American Falls athletics and wants to wish the boys good luck in tonight's game. American Falls now trailing by 6. They once led 10-0. They have allowed 16 unanswered, and it is 16-10 Moscow. American Falls, important possession coming up here. The kick will be taken by Zach Gregg around the 4. Up the middle, and gets out to about the 24-yard line. This is a Moscow defense playing with a lot of confidence right now. And for American Falls, it really doesn't take much. They've gone stagnant a little bit here. First and 10 for American Falls, right from the 25-yard line. Brower gonna sling it. That's caught by Adair's got a block. Out across the 30. Adair breaking loose the 40. Adair still going. And finally, they'll say he stepped out of bounds around the 45-yard line, but that is a gain of 20 on the quick out to Austin Adair. And that is exactly what American Falls needed there. Brower hits Adair for 20 yards. And again, Adair still the only American Falls receiver that's caught a pass tonight. It is first and 10 for the Beavers. They're going to throw it short. This is Gregg with the reception. And Gregg is popped on the play. Moscow's Grayson Henrich laying the lumber. Officially a 1-yard gain on that pass to Gregg. And Gregg says, boy, for a yard, I'd rather just have it fall incomplete. It was a big hit delivered by Henrich. And again, we talked about it. Grayson Henrich has played well at corner all year for the Bears, but really pressed into duty on offense tonight as well as a wideout with the injury to Butch Kiblin. 2.5 to play here in the third. 16-10 lead for Moscow, but it's 2nd and 9 for American Falls from their own 46. Brower out of the pistol, gives to Gregg. Nothing there. Moscow has really shut down the interior defensive line. Gregg plods ahead for a yard, and it's 3rd and 8. The 2 defensive tackles for Moscow, Paul Dixon and Wyatt Hardig, have absolutely shut it down inside. Really the whole defensive line, you know, there's 3 of them out there, are really a 4-man unit. Needham and Dixon and Hardig and Jamison Griffin. All 4 of those Moscow defensive linemen have done an outstanding job tonight. It's now 3rd and 8 for American Falls. 1:30 to play here in the third. Beavers trailing 16-10 from their own 47. Brower in trouble. Now steps up, trying to take off and run. Gets away from the first man and is able to scramble for pretty decent yardage. Ultimately, though, George Stott catches him from behind. It's going to bring up 4th down and 3 here for American Falls with the ball at the Moscow 47. And we'll call it 4th and a long 2. And you figure American Falls is going to go for it here after the 6-yard scramble by Brower. So if you're American Falls head coach Tim Hoppy, 3rd year on the job, first head coaching job ever here at American Falls, trying to get American Falls High their first win in the postseason since 1995. What do you draw up? He's going to take a timeout to discuss it a little further, and nobody's going to slide him for that. So while they talk it over here, with 32 seconds to go in the third, we'll thank a couple more of our sponsors tonight here on IdahoSports.com. CHS Primeland, a division of CHS Incorporated, is an ag retail and grain handling cooperative in Lewiston and the surrounding area. CHS Primeland would like to wish the Moscow Bears the best of luck in the state football playoffs. If you can feed it, farm it, fence it, fuel it, or fertilize it, you can find it at CHS Primeland. Omega Electric wants to give a huge shout out to the entire Moscow Bears football team on their playoff run, and a little extra love to their very own Tyson Izzo. Go get it, kid, from Omega Electric. And Hayden and Ross PLLC, a proud supporter of the Moscow Bears, want to wish them the best of luck on their playoff run. That's Hayden and Ross PLLC. Out of the timeout here, American Falls facing a 4th and 2 from the Moscow 47. They've got to get to the 45 for the first down. Brower out of the pistol. Moscow brings the blitz. They give to Grigg on the delay. He doesn't get there. George Stott shuts it down for Moscow. And also Dixon in on the tackle for the Bears as well. Grigg is denied. He's met right at the line of scrimmage, and Moscow holds. Wow, what an effort by the Bears defense that time. Forcing the turnover on downs. And now Moscow gets the ball back here, 1st and 10 at their own 46-yard line with 26 seconds to play in the third. Huge stop for the Bears. They'll give up the middle. Actually, they'll fake it. Velasco going to keep it. And Velasco crunched on that sideline by Zach Grigg. And also on the tackle, that was Michael Torres. No gain for Velasco on that carry. 2nd and 10. So 2nd and 10 for the Bears now. Velasco back to pass, throws it out. The pass is caught by Owen Teagues, but he had to dive for it. Makes the grab, but they lose a yard on that reception. It's 3rd and 11. So that pass complete for -1 to Teagues. And that will take us to the end of the third quarter as well. Moscow surges ahead on a 5-yard touchdown run by Tyson Izzo and a 31-yard field goal from Thornycroft And it is 16-10 Moscow as we head to the fourth quarter. Don't go anywhere. We're back right after this break on IdahoSports.com.
P1FCU has been serving Vandals across the Northwest for decades. Now, we're investing even more in Idaho students. We are helping make the Beams Financial Literacy Program available to all students and providing student athletes access to money management support through Elevate Idaho. Without our members, we couldn't impact these students' financial wellness. Become a member and get your exclusive Vandal debit card to help support Vandal Nation. Visit p1fcu.org/govandals to learn more.
Welcome back to start of the fourth quarter here. Velasco starting quickly, trying to hit Connor Isaacson on the quick hitter. It's incomplete on 3rd and 12, and it's now 4th and 12. So that pass falls incomplete. It's 4th down for Moscow. It does look like the Bears will punt here. Thornycroft to do the honors. Zach Gregg stands at his own 22-yard line, back deep to return here for the American Falls Beavers. 11:54 to play. Thornycroft gets it down, high, booming kick. Fair catch called for by Gregg. Moscow didn't really give him room to make the grab. No kick-catch interference, and Gregg held on to it anyways, so no harm, no foul, I suppose. 1st and 10 for American Falls from their own 27-yard line here with 11:47 to play and the Beavers trailing by 6. This has been a fun one tonight, no doubt about it. First down, they'll sling it out to Adair. Makes the first man miss and then lowers the shoulder and picks up 2. So a quick hitter there to Austin Adair. So Adair with the grab. It's 2nd and 8. And again, American Falls. Really tonight, it's been about low possessions, grinding the clock, getting the most out of every opportunity. But Moscow has kind of taken control of the momentum of the game. 2nd and 8. Brower on the rollout, has it complete to Adair to the 40, and Adair pushed out of bounds at the 45-yard line, a gain of 15 and a first down. So Adair continues to have the hot hand, all 5 completed passes tonight. Well, 5 of the 6, I should say, have gone to Adair. The other 1 went to Gregg for exactly 1 yard. But Adair, 5 catches for 47 yards. 1st and 10 for American Falls, 10.5 to play. Beavers down 6. Play action. Brower on the rollout, has time, slings it deep. It's caught! He beat a man. The 20, the 10, the 5. Into the end zone. Touchdown, American Falls. They go up top to Austin Adair. Brower zings it. 45 yards for the touchdown. Adair got between 2 defenders and then got behind him in a quick hurry. And we are an extra point away from American Falls being back in front. Oh my goodness. A 45-yard touchdown. Murillo on for the crucial extra point to try and put American Falls back in front. And he drills it. American Falls leads 17-16 over Moscow with 10:19 to play. Wow. American Falls really has been a ground and pound team tonight and for most of the season, but a home run play there as Brower hits a dare for the 45-yard touchdown. And this game has been a fun one tonight here in Moscow. Moscow competing at the 4A level for the first time. What used to be Class 3A, now Class 4A. American Falls looking for their first postseason win since 1995 and leading 17-16. 10:19 to play. Following the 45-yard touchdown pass from Brower to Adair. And Murillo's extra point made it 17-16. Now Murillo to kick off. It is bobbled for a moment. On the return here for Moscow, this is Henry Robertson, the sophomore. Robertson up the middle, one man to beat. And it's Zach Krigg who finally catches him, but not before he returns it up to the American Falls 35-yard line. Now a flag is down back at the 50. But boy, Henry Robertson, the sophomore, welcome to the bright lights of the postseason. Oh, wow, and there's a second flag as well, all the way back at the 20-yard line. Thanks to Ryan Holden for pointing that one out to me. So two separate flags on this impressive return for Robertson. Law of averages says at least one of them's got to be on Moscow, and they're going to walk it back. So an exciting play for the moment. But again, penalty, illegal block against the Bears on the kick return. And so 1st and 10 here. Now we've got a equipment situation or something. So Velasco, 1st and 10 from his own 10. He'll throw the quick hitter out to Isaacson. And actually Helbling, beg your pardon. Helbling makes the grab for a gain of 2, 2nd and 8. So 2nd and 7, we'll call it here. For Moscow from their own 13. They'll give up the middle, but slipping and falling on that wet, soggy field is Izzo. Izzo picks up 2 to make it 3rd and 5. With 9:15 to play and Moscow trailing by 1, 17-16. Moscow quickly getting to the line of scrimmage here. 3 receivers out to the left. Single receiver to the right. Here on 3rd and 5. Velasco spins it over the middle. It's complete for the first down.
On the reception, 11,
Henrich makes the grab. Knew right where the first down marker was, turned around and sat on it and caught it. Across the 25 up to the 27-yard line, a gain of 12 and a first down. What a night Henrich has had. Pressed into starting duty. 1st and 10 for Moscow from the 28. Over the middle, ball tipped and incomplete. Intended receiver that time was Helbling, but Michael Torres got his hands on it there for American Falls. And so it is 2nd and 10 here for the Bears. Velasco, pass is complete to Isaacson, makes one man miss, and Isaacson takes it up to the 40-yard line. Connor Isaacson for 12 and a first down. And that is the thing about this Moscow passing attack. There are so many talented guys you've got to try and cover. A 17-16 lead for Moscow here with 8 minutes to play. They will hand off to Izzo, and Izzo breaks free of the tackle. Oh, they had him dead to rights, and now Izzo has room to run. The 50, the 40 still going, up to the 35-yard line and a first down. Oh, American Falls had the play. Fred Murillo. Somehow Izzo shook him off. It ends up picking up 15 yards and a first down. That's actually a 25-yard gain for Izzo. And I mean, look at the tail of the tape here. Izzo is 5'9", 160. Murillo is 5'9", 220. And he wins the matchup. 1st and 10 for Moscow from the 35 of American Falls. Keeper for Velasco. Slides. I don't know if that was intentional or if he just slipped out there.
Velasco on the keeper.
Kind of went feet first like he was sliding into home plate. It's a gain of 3, and it's 2nd and 7.
Gain of 4 brings up 2nd and 6.
Moscow running up tempo now with 7 minutes to go. Up the middle, Izzo. And this time American Falls buttons him up.
On the carry for the Bears, Prakash.
That's actually Aiden Prakash, his 2nd carry of the night. And Prakash picks up 3. 3rd and 4 here for Moscow. 6.5 to play. 17-16 lead for American Falls. Moscow's got the ball at the Beavers' 29-yard line. Velasco out of the gun. 3 receivers to the right. Man in motion now is Teagues. They toss it. It's a fumble. That's a loose ball. American Falls falls on it at the 30-yard line. Oh, they tried the sweep play to Teagues. He never saw it. That was a live ball on the ground that American Falls jumps on top of. A monumental mistake for Moscow. American Falls clearly falls on that fumble. Fred Murillo, I believe, was the guy who fell on top of it. Moscow trying to claim it was an incomplete forward pass. I don't know. I don't know. They tried the toss sweep to Owen Teagues. That was behind the line of scrimmage. Boy, that's a tough one, and American Falls jumps on it. Murillo with the fumble recovery. And Moscow head coach Rob Bafis pleading his case, saying that was an incomplete forward pass. I don't know. I think our officiating crew has done a fantastic job tonight. These are District 2 officials: Mike Tatko, Brad Higgins, Steve Judy, Ryan Skinner, and Kirby Kirkham. 1st and 10. High snap. Brower gets it down. They hand off to Greg. Greg takes it up to the 35 for a pickup of 5. Moscow fans still chirping about that last play, but you got to put it behind you now. And just a risky play to call on a wet, slippery night as well if you're Moscow. With 5:50 to go, down a point. You were moving the ball with pretty good precision there, but boy, they try the toss sweep to Owen Teagues and fumbles it. The ball came out. American Falls jumps on it. And now the Beavers trying to run the clock here. Brower handing off right side to Greg. A lot of extra pushing and shoving out there. Frustration's boiling over a little bit on that Moscow side. And Stott is going to be pulled back by one of his own teammates there. Officially no gain on that carry for Greg, so it's 3rd and 5. And if you're Moscow, hey, it's 3rd and 5. You've still got a shot here. We're 4:50 and counting in the 4th quarter. A 17-16 lead for American Falls. 3rd and 5. Brower out of the shotgun. Play action. On the rollout. Right side. Now will fire at the last moment. Nearly picked. Off the hands of Aiden Prakash. It's incomplete and 4th down. And Moscow, it appears, has forced American Falls, you would think, is going to punt it here with 4:35 to go. Facing a 4th and 5 here. Adair is the punter, so you always got to keep an eye on that. And American Falls is going to take a timeout here. Curious with 4:35 to go. Our game reset, 4:35 to play. 17-16 lead for American Falls over Moscow. American Falls tonight has scored on a 37-yard field goal by Fred Murillo, a 58-yard touchdown run by Zach Gregg, and a 45-yard touchdown pass from Dax Brower to Austin Adair. Moscow has scored tonight on a 9-yard touchdown pass from Noah Velasco to Mason Helbling, a 5-yard touchdown run by Tyson Izzo, and a 31-yard field goal by Wyatt Thornycroft. The lone difference in this game right now, after Moscow scored their first touchdown tonight, they went for 2 on the swinging gate formation and didn't get it. And that empty point is why American Falls currently enjoys a 17-16 lead. American Falls with 2 timeouts left. Moscow still with all 3. Adair to punt it away. High kick. Not a ton of distance. It will take a bounce and will roll out of bounds around the 35-yard line. A penalty flag comes out at the end of the play as well. You can tell it's getting chippy out there on both sides with 4:26 to go. We'll see what the call is here. Looks like it is going to be against the Bears. Personal foul. Move it back. First and 10 for Moscow. Down a point, 4:26 to play, starting from their own 17. Velasco's throw too high, incomplete. Trying to Owen Teagues along that near sideline. Incomplete pass, though, 2nd and 10. Second and 10 now for the Bears. This has been a fun opening round battle here in the 4A postseason. No doubt about it. 2nd and 10, Velasco throws incomplete. And again, they were trying to go on a quick hitter. I believe, to Helbling that time. It's incomplete. Actually, intended receiver there was Henrich. Incomplete, 3rd and 10. Third and 10. Velasco in trouble, throws over the middle, it's picked! That ball is intercepted on the return. This is Hernandez inside the 10 and brought down around the 9-yard line. Velasco tried to go over the middle, and Callan Hernandez, like a sniper, picks it off in center field. So Hernandez with the interception. This is an American Falls defense that came into tonight's game with 20 takeaways on the season. After the fumble recovery by Murillo and the pick by Hernandez, you can now call it 22 on the year. With 4:05 to go and the Beavers up 1, it will be 1st and goal for American Falls from the 9. And you could hear a pin drop right now here at Moscow's home field. Up the middle. Penalty flag comes out at the end of the play. Grigg plunges ahead for a gain of about 3. But let's sort out the laundry here. Moscow indicating that it's against American Falls. It is against Moscow. So the exact opposite. So Grigg ahead for 3. It is 2nd and goal for American Falls. Ball at the 5-yard line here. Second and goal. Meanwhile, that clock continuing to roll. 3:50 and counting here. American Falls is going to let it bleed all the way down if they can. Grigg up the middle, continuing to keep the legs chopping. Down inside the 5, down around the 1. It's going to be 3rd and goal coming up here with 3:20 to go. 4-yard gain for Grigg. Was stood up initially but kept the legs churning. It is 3rd and goal from the 1 here for American Falls. And now a timeout taken by American Falls here with 2:44 to go. That is their 2nd of 3 timeouts here. Get you our game reset here in just a moment. Our game reset, 2:44 to play. It is American Falls 17, Moscow 16. American Falls has a 2nd and goal from the 1. Threatening to go up by more than 1 here tonight. American Falls has scored on a 37-yard field goal from Fred Murillo, a 58-yard touchdown run by Zach Grigg, and a Murillo point after. A 45-yard touchdown pass from Dax Brower to Austin Adair with a Murillo point after. Moscow has scored tonight on a 9-yard touchdown pass from Noah Velasco to Mason Helbling. 5-yard touchdown run by Tyson Izzo, and a 31-yard field goal by Wyatt Thornycroft. The difference is Moscow went for 2 after their first touchdown on the swinging gate formation, didn't get it, and that's why we aren't tied 17-all. Instead, it's 17-16. American Falls has it, 2nd and goal from the 1. Brower under center. Will they try the QB sneak? They'll give to Greg. No signal yet. Not in. And if you're Moscow, now a timeout is going to be spent by the Bears. And this actually, I think, works in American Falls' favor a little bit here. It forces Moscow to take a timeout. Now Moscow will have 2 timeouts remaining. American Falls is out of timeouts, meanwhile, here with 2:33 to go. It is 3rd and goal from the 1. The tension is rising here in this one. Now, we know Moscow can score quickly. They got the ball with just over a minute to play before halftime, marched the ball down the field and scored. So if you're American Falls and you score here, a point after would put you in front by 8. A 2-point conversion potentially would put you ahead by 9 and make it a 2-score game for Moscow. But if you don't get it, it's only a 7-point lead. So this is interesting. You know, American Falls has to score the touchdown first, but if they score, I would go for 2. Because if you get it, you're up 9. If you don't, you're still up 7. But American Falls has to score first. 2:33 to play. 3rd and goal from the 1 for the Beavers. Up 17-16. Brower out of the gun. Greg is on his right hip. Brower rolling out. Now going to try and run. Lowers the shoulder. He's in. Actually, no signal yet. No, they'll say down at the half-inch line. Wow, to the naked eye, it looked like Brower got across. They'll say no dice. And now is Moscow going to call a timeout? Are they going to let the clock roll? Yeah, I think Moscow took a timeout to stop the clock with 2:25 to go. Now it's 4th and goal from the 1. And really, it's like from the inch line. I mean, it is right there. It is right at that goal line with 2:25 to go. I like that play call from American Falls. A rollout by Brower. And if you see a lane, take it. Boy, Moscow closed the door quickly. And again, our game reset. 2:25 to play. 17-16. American Falls leads by 1. The reason why we aren't tied, because Moscow went for 2 after scoring their first touchdown, didn't get it. That is why the Bears find themselves in this 1-point predicament. It is 4th and goal from the 1 for American Falls. No timeouts remaining for American Falls. 1 timeout remaining for Moscow. You could not have asked for anything more from these two teams tonight. This has been an epic battle between two gladiators. Simply incredible. 4th and goal from the 1. Brower lines up in a pistol with Greg behind him. They give to Greg. Up the middle. No signal. And they rule a touchdown. They do rule that Greg got across. They delayed the call for a moment, a little suspense, a little intrigue, but American Falls does get across. It's a 1-yard touchdown plunge for Zach Gregg, his 2nd rushing TD of the night. On 4th and goal from the 1, Gregg gets it from a yard out. And American Falls is going to kick the PAT. If they make it, they'll go up by 8, forcing Moscow to not only score a touchdown, but get the 2-point conversion to try and tie. High snap. Murillo gets it down. It's through. Murillo hits the extra point. And with 2:19 to play, It is 24-16, American Falls. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with the kickoff right after this on IdahoSports.com.
I'm always looking for new ways to save, but I haven't found anything better than my P1FCU Ascend checking account. It's a free account that earns 3.5% APY of your average monthly balance. That could feed your coffee obsession for 2 weeks. Not only am I earning money, but I also have all the great features of a checking account, like mobile deposit and mobile wallet. Open your Ascend checking account at p1fcu.org and start earning today. APY is the annual percentage yield.
Welcome back to Moscow, Idaho. Brandon Baney, Ryan Holden with you here on IdahoSports.com. It is 24-16, American Falls with 2:19 to play. Fred Murillo to kick off here for the Beavers after Zach Gregg scored on 4th and goal from the 1. They will kick off here to Robertson. He had a nice return on the previous play. Robertson off and running again. This time, no penalty flags. And Robertson takes it out to the 45-yard line where it'll be 1st and 10 for Moscow. And 2:12 on the clock is an eternity for a quick strike offense like Moscow. Moscow has to drive 55 yards to tie the game potentially. Not only do they have to get the touchdown, though, they have to get the 2-point conversion. First and 10. Out route complete to Isaacson for a gain of 5 right at the 50-yard line. 2nd and 5 coming up. .207 to go. Clock stopped as Isaacson got out of bounds. 2nd and 5 right at the 50. Velasco, out route again. Isaacson right at the first down marker. Back-to-back 5-yard out routes, and that's enough to move the sticks. Fresh set of downs here for the Bears. First and 10 for Moscow. Ball at the American Falls 45-yard line, 150 and counting. Velasco looks left, now back to the right. Now we'll take off and run. And we'll pick up a couple. That was a nice job defensively by American Falls' Thorne Rose, the freshman linebacker. This kid is 3rd on the American Falls team in tackles this year as a freshman. Thorne Rose, pretty impressive play there, limiting Velasco to 2 yards on that scramble. 2nd and 8 for Moscow. He did get out of bounds to stop the clock. 1:44 to play. Ball is at the American Falls 43. 4 wide. Velasco on 2nd and 8. Has time, slings it, left side, incomplete. Trying to go to Owen Teagues on the out route. Good coverage by Austin Adair, and it's 3rd and 8. Obviously for Moscow here on 3rd and 8. If they don't get it, they're going to go for it on 4th down. Only 1:38 to go and only 1 timeout remaining for Moscow. This is the moment where you push all your chips to the middle of the table. 4 wide, 3 to the top of your screen. Isaacson at the bottom. Velasco out of the gun, 3rd and 8. American Falls with 3 down linemen. They'll rush 2. They swing it out to Tyson Izzo looking for the edge. Izzo across the 40. It's going to be 4th down and about 5 coming up here for Moscow as they complete it to Izzo for 2. And Moscow going to get to the line and hurry quickly here with 1:15 to go. It's 4th and 5. Ball at the 40-yard line. They've got to get to the 35. Velasco, 4th down, rolls to the left, feeling the heat, heaves it deep, has a man, It's broken up. Incomplete. Velasco took a shot to the end zone, but there were 3 American Falls defenders converging on the play, and the Beavers get the turnover on downs and take over with 1 minute and 1 second to play. And that will just about extinguish the tiny little flicker that Moscow still had. And American Falls is 1 minute and 1 second away from a first-round road playoff win. They're going to kneel down on it. We'll see if Moscow wants to take their final timeout here. Head coach Rob Bafus will.
Timeout, Moscow.
This is probably just a chance for Coach Bafus to tell his guys one more time this year how proud he was of them. Following this setback, they're going to finish the year with a 7-3 record. Moscow's first winning record in years, their first home playoff game in years. I'll ask Ryan real quick. Ryan, maybe Ryan knows. When was the last time Moscow had a home playoff game? A while, right? Long time. What a season it was for the Moscow Bears. And for American Falls, this will be their first playoff victory in nearly 20 years. Actually, nearly 30 years. So Moscow spends its final timeout. All American Falls has to do is kneel down on it a couple of times, and the clock rolls with 45 seconds and counting, and you can see it. The American Falls players all hugging. A couple of guys dancing, a little swagger from Michael Torres there. One more kneel down should do it. And the celebration is on for American Falls. For the first time since 1995, American Falls tastes victory in the postseason. 24-16 the final tonight over the Moscow Bears. A hard-fought battle all the way. This American Falls defense tonight had a fumble recovery by Fred Murillo, an interception by Callan Hernandez, and 3 turnover on downs forced against the Moscow offense. As American Falls comes all the way north to Moscow and knocks out the Bears. 24-16 the final. What a sensational performance it was tonight on both sides. Moscow will conclude its season at 7-3 and an Intermountain League championship here in 4A football. And for American Falls, the journey continues. This Beavers team that had so many heartbreaking, narrow losses in the regular season get a hard-fought victory on the road by 8. 24-16 the final. And the Beavers advance to the quarterfinal round with a record now of 6-4. Opponent, time, date, location, all to be determined. Congratulations to the American Falls Beavers again. They win 24-16 the final. We will be back with the IdahoSports.com postgame show right after this on IdahoSports.com.
P1FCU has been serving Vandals across the Northwest for decades. Now, we're investing even more in Idaho students. We are helping make the Beams Financial Literacy Program available to all students and providing student athletes access to money management support through Elevate Idaho. Without our members, we couldn't impact these students' financial wellness. Become a member and get your exclusive Vandal debit card to help support Vandal Nation. Visit p1fcu.org/govandals to learn more.
Welcome into the IdahoSports.com post-game show. One final time from Moscow as the American Falls Beavers pick up their first playoff victory since 1995 with a hard-fought 24-16 road victory over the Moscow Bears. It was a fun game throughout. The American Falls defense, 2 takeaways tonight, a fumble recovery by Fred Murillo, an interception by Callan Hernandez. 3 separate fourth down stops to turn over Moscow on downs as well. And offensively tonight, Fred Murillo, a 37-yard touchdown, a 37-yard field goal. Dax Brower hit Austin Adair for a 45-yard touchdown. But it is time for our IdahoSports.com Player of the Game, brought to you by the Idaho Office of Highway Safety, reminding you to always keep your head in the game, whether you're on the field or on the road. Be in the moment and free from distractions. 2 momentum-shifting plays tonight from our IdahoSports.com Player of the Game. American Falls junior running back Zach Gregg. He busted off a 58-yard touchdown run in the first half, and then with the game on the line and 2 minutes to play on 4th and goal from the 1, Gregg finds the end zone for the second time tonight and finishes tonight with 136 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns. So well earned for Zach Gregg, our IdahoSports.com Player of the Game, presented by the Idaho Office of Highway Safety. And again, American Falls now 6-4, moving on to the 4A quarterfinals. Opponent still to be determined. Got to look at the brackets and see who won and all that stuff. There's still one more 4A game tomorrow on IdahoSports.com, high noon, McCall Donnelly at Snake River. So we can't tell you where Moscow's going to play yet because the quarterfinal round gets, that American Falls is going to play next week because the quarterfinal round gets reseeded. So we got to wait for that final game tomorrow before we can tell you what the bracket looks like. But American Falls is going to be hitting the road again, but they're fine with that. They come up to Moscow tonight and get the 8-point victory. And for Moscow, they finished their year 7-3 overall. Big success, first year playing 4A football, Intermountain League champions, and they'll at least be back at the 4A level again next year before probably moving back up to the 5A ranks. Well, this has been an IdahoSports.com GameStreams production of the 2024 Idaho High School football postseason, brought to you by Project Filter, Your Health Idaho, Ideal, Idaho's College Savings Program, Valleywide Cooperative, your local Toyota dealers, Dip Fusion Helmet Reconditioning, and the Idaho Office of Highway Safety. This broadcast tonight was also made possible by the great support from these local businesses for American Falls, E&R Transportation, and for Moscow, CHS Primeland, Omega Electric, Hayden and Ross PLLC, Redinger Heating and Cooling, Powell Plumbing, Bearable Dentistry, Strom Electric, and so many other great, this is how we're able to bring these broadcasts to you on IdahoSports.com. It's all those great local sponsors. So if you're in Moscow, if you're in American Falls, stop by and pay these businesses, show them a little love, a little respect by patronizing them and utilizing them. It's these local businesses that help support the communities and help support these broadcasts as well. Again, the final score tonight, American Falls 24, Moscow 16. The Beavers moving on to the state quarterfinals sometime next week. Special thanks to Moscow head coach Rob Bafus and Moscow athletic director Patrick Laney for helping us out tonight, giving us a pretty nice spot here in the booth here in Moscow. And big thanks to everybody here at Moscow High School for their hospitality all week long. Again, American Falls wins 24-16, led by our IdahoSports.com player of the game, presented by the Idaho Office of Highway Safety, Zach Grigg, 136 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns. We'll be somewhere next week in North Idaho broadcasting. Stay tuned to IdahoSports.com for a complete list of our game streams headed your way. 2 more games tomorrow still as well, by the way, on IdahoSports.com. Snake River, McCall Donnelly, a high noon showdown. And then at 3 p.m. tomorrow, video coverage, Priest River at Aberdeen in a 3A first-round playoff game. So until then, for Ryan Holden, this was his debut tonight. Not just postseason debut, but overall debut. When the lights shine bright, the stars come out. Ryan Holden did a great job tonight. My name is Brandon Maney. Again, the final score, American Falls 24, Moscow 16. Until next week from the quarterfinals, good night, everybody.
Let's talk about open enrollment for health insurance. Your Health Idaho's got you covered with all you need to know. Open enrollment is the time of year where you can enroll in or change your health insurance coverage. And Your Health Idaho is the place to go for quality coverage at a lower cost. 25% of enrollees pay $25 or less. Make sure to enroll by December 16th to get covered and save money.
This year, help dreams come true with the Ideal Idaho 529 Education Savings Program. Our easy-to-use tools make it simple to plan for your child's education. With tax benefits, ownership flexibility, Ideal is the perfect way to save for college, trade school, K-12 education, and student loan repayment. Join us at our next webinar to learn more about the 529 plan. Enrolling takes just 15 minutes and you can start with just $25. Visit idsaves.org if you would like to learn more.
This has been a presentation of IdahoSports.com GameStreams. This broadcast is copyrighted to IdahoSports.com. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast without the expressed written consent of IdahoSports.com is strictly prohibited.